Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fortress Comic News, episode 315. I am one of your hosts, Chris, alongside my co-host here, Mike. What's happening, Mike?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? Unfortunately, no interview today, but we will fill it with some fantastic and amazing information that everybody wants to hear from us instead. So,
Yeah, and the real thing that Mike misses about doing interviews, I'm just going to do right now, everybody. So here you go.
there we go.
All right, Mike's
Everything's
satisfied now.
fine. Now I'm happy. See? Wow. Completely turn that shit around. Let's have a great show, folks. That's the spirit. I will correct myself from last episode. My sister did text me this, and she was right. The Evil Dead movie does have a Bruce Campbell cameo, and it's not Bruce Campbell in the flesh. It's Bruce Campbell's voice on the recording that they play. So if you're listening to the priest talking in the recording, he says like, "Hey, no, wait, don't read that book," or something like that, and it's his voice. I do remember the dialogue, and I should have realized that doesn't really sound like an old ancient timey priest's voice. But yeah, he does have a cameo, so that's cool.
Did you see his little thing about how he was like, "I'll play Kingdom Come Superman"?
No, I didn't see that. Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, he let me see if I can pull it up, but he said something along the lines of like I would play Kingdom Come Superman if they asked me.
Dude, oh my god. What if like Kingdom Come ended up being this cheesy B movie that they made?
Let's see.
Hey guys, I'm Bruce Campbell Superman.
In a tweet on Thursday, Campbell retweeted a fan asking DC Studios to contact Campbell for Kingdom Come.
Oh my god.
And his response was DMing my number right now.
Wow.
So
Dude,
yeah,
that is I mean, like typecasting aside of all the like cheesy and like stuff he's done, I mean, he would look great as a Kingdom Come Superman. He's got the hair and the jaw.
he's also got the build. Like he's not super in shape. Like they'd have to
Right.
muscle suit him a little bit, but like
Right. But he's
he's
not
got a
huge.
body of like a farm boy.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he
You know,
does. Yeah. Holy shit. That would be like my two favorite things combining together. It's like my peanut butter and chocolate. I don't know which one would be the chocolate, which one would be the peanut butter, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, that was a funny story I read earlier in the week. I thought of
That's
you.
awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, that's like the best casting, and I haven't heard anything better than that. I don't think. A lot of stuff going on about the Flash movie. A lot of good things that we're hearing. Right. This quote keeps popping up everywhere. It's the best superhero movie ever. It's like, all right, everybody, slow down. Get it? Because it's the Flash. Slow down. Let's not get
It
ahead of
can't be the
ourselves.
best. It's the Flash.
Yeah. Oof. Shots fired.
All the Flash fans hate Chris.
Yeah. Most saying it's excellent. I will say the second trailer dropped. It's so hard for me not to watch. I keep saying like I'm not gonna watch trailers anymore because all the good parts were in the trailer, and then like they're like Flash trailer number 2, another 5-minute trailer of different footage. Fuck it, I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and here I am. Dude, I loved it. Oh my god, there's a shot, and everybody, like, if you've never read a comic before, this is a comic book panel in its entirety. Like a full, like you're reading a Batman comic, and like you full page spread, like you see Michael Keaton's Batman ejecting out of the fucking Batwing, and he's like the Batwing is like spiraling about to crash, and he just like moves out of the way, and it passes him in the air, and it like explodes. I was like, holy shit. It was awesome. I don't remember the rest of the trailer, but that was the best part. Anyways.
Yeah, it was a good trailer. I like the moment where they're sitting in the jet and the bottom comes down and they're gonna like parachute down.
Yeah.
And Ezra's just like, so where's your parachute? And he smiles and then just
and
drops.
then just drops.
I'm
Yeah,
like, that's awesome.
that's the Batman Island. This is like all star. This is like all star Batman. Like
Yeah.
fuck yeah, I'm the Batman.
Yeah.
I don't need to say
I,
shit to you, nerd.
I joke around because I mean, people who've been listening a while know I'm not a big Flash guy, but I joke around. But I really hope this movie's great. Like, I hope
Yeah,
everything they're saying is true. I hate hearing these things ahead of time because it feels like no matter what,
yeah,
it's never going to be the greatest superhero
and
movie in my eyes now.
it'll never live up to the hype, right?
Yeah, but I want it to be great, and it
Me
looks
too.
so much fun. Just,
Yeah.
I think this movie is going to be at bare minimum just a fun ride
Uh huh.
with all the different Batmen running around and
Oh, the Batman. I don't know
uh
about you, but after these couple trailers, Chris, I think there's going to be a Batman in this movie. What do you think?
I still say there's one they're not showing us,
Oh, I hope so.
and
Yeah,
I think it's Jeffrey D. Morgan.
that would be sick.
I am convinced that it's Jeffrey D. Morgan at this point. Like, I mean, they're
Yeah,
doing Flash. They're not going to call it Flashpoint, but they're doing Flashpoint.
right.
So to do Flashpoint Batman, I mean, Jeffrey Dean's so perfect for it.
It's either that or we know that he's the Batman, but we don't know if he's Bruce Wayne or Thomas Wayne, right? They haven't confirmed
Oh,
he's Bruce.
Affleck.
No, not Affleck. 89 Batman. They haven't like we know it's 89 Batman, but like in this universe he could be Thomas Wayne.
Oh, I don't think they're going to do that.
You don't think so?
No, because they wanted him around for because remember the original plan was for him to do the Batgirl movie.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Unless it's changed since like Gunn took over. I
Yeah.
If they're gonna do Thomas Wayne, the only move in my eyes, the only move is Jeffrey D. Morgan because you set that up.
Oh yeah.
Listen, when they did Batman v Superman, they casted Jeffrey D. Morgan as
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne. The only reason for that, because he's a terrible Thomas Wayne, the
Right.
only reason for that is because he would be a phenomenal Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah, he really would.
So at some point that was in the cards to just throw it in, even if it's just a scene or two. Like,
Yeah, we're
I'll
just
be
running through
happy.
the multiverse and we see like the red symbol and be like, holy fuck.
Or he
Like
just runs into him and
I
like
just
that's how he
throw
gets his
my
powers
popcorn
back.
in the air.
Yeah. Oh, it would be so good. But
Yeah. I mean, we're hyping this up. It's hard for me not to get excited for the movie. Uh
I'm rooting
yeah.
for it.
We've talked about it. We've
My
talked about it
local
so
comic shop. So one of the reasons I rag on Flash so much to everybody out there is my local comic shop. The owner's like a huge Flash fan, so it's always
the
fun to
biggest. Yeah.
everyone knows guys like the way we show our love language is by making fun of each other. So of
Yeah,
course, every
exactly.
time we see each other, we got to make fun of. He makes fun of Captain America. I make fun of Flash. That's how it goes. And but he his plan is to for all of his reservists, he's going to rent out the local theater, and just all of us are going to go see Flash together.
That's awesome.
So I might have to wait a week to see it, but that's how I'm going to see it is with everyone I know at the comic shop and the owner and everything in like a theater he bought. So
That's so cool.
if
That's
nothing else,
amazing.
it'll be a cool experience just for that. Like we'll
Yeah.
never do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. God, I hope it's good.
I hope so too.
Um,
I root for all these movies to be good.
yeah. I want everybody to be happy
Yeah.
and enjoy the stuff. You sent me the thing earlier about these pop figures coming out in a video game. What's up with that?
Oh, Funko was it Funko Fusion?
Funko Fusion. So if anybody's played the Lego Batman 3 game did not have any business being as good as it was. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Lego games for sure.
Those Lego games in general didn't have any right to be as good as they were. Like
Yeah, like all of them. Yeah.
they're so much fun. I mean, they did get a little oversaturated because I
Yeah.
tried playing the new Star Wars one and I got
Uh-huh.
like through 2 episodes and was like, I think I'm over this. But
Yeah, a little too much.
it's also they've done Star Wars how many times? Like,
Right. Yeah, that's true.
but yeah, they announced this Funko Fusion game and it looks like it's made by this new company, but it's all ex devs from TT Games who made the Lego games, which is why we're
Hmm.
talking about those. And it looks like a fun, like, quote unquote, all ages style collectathon game. but it's not really all ages because I'm looking at the properties they're doing. Like there's some adult things. Chucky's in this, like
Yeah, the thing.
Umbrella Academy. Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing. Like
The thing, like the monster that turns into a spider.
I think this is gonna be a goofy spoof game with
Yeah.
Funko figures that like is kiddie but aimed at adults. I
Yeah,
mean, it looks
there's like
cool.
the Jurassic Park stuff look cool. I mean, it's like a mashup of pop figures are is like pop culture. So like literally anything can be affected. And they had Star Wars and Jurassic Park. I mean, I'll probably just for that alone, if that's in the same game. I mean, come on.
I mean, this is just an initial trailer, so we didn't see a whole lot of gameplay,
Yeah,
to be fair. But I'll be keeping an eye on it at the very least, like
yeah,
to check it
for sure,
out.
for sure.
I'm at the point. I don't know how you are, but I don't really buy a whole lot of games at full price, so I'm usually out
No,
of like the initial
yeah,
conversation.
no. I'm waiting till they're on sale on Steam for sure.
Yeah, and the only ones I do buy at full price anymore are like the ones I know will hold value. So like when God of War Ragnarok came out, I bought that day one,
Yeah,
but I was also able to sell it like 3 weeks later for $50. Like
right.
so,
Yeah, exactly.
but I'll
The
keep an eye out on that one.
like I just started playing through the Ori games. The Blind Forest is the first one because they
Those are
just went on.
good.
Yeah, it's really good. Just went on sale for $5 on Steam. So like that's where I'm at right now. I'm playing like single player indie games that have gotten really good reviews that I can pause whenever I want and sit down for a little bit. Although I know we're talking about video games right now. Cassette Beasts came out on Steam. I don't know if you've seen that game.
No, I
But
haven't.
if you're a Pokemon fan, Cassette Beast, it's like I haven't played it yet, but you have cassette tapes like mixtapes, and you have
Yes,
monsters with them, just like Pokeballs, and the idea looks fucking insane, and I loved it.
I have seen that actually. Now you describe it, yeah.
Yeah, it just came out on Steam like this week. It's already on sale. It's like 10% off. So I was like, shit, I gotta buy
I
this.
think it's on Switch here soon.
It probably is. They've been doing a good thing with Switch, of like releasing indie games on the Switch and Steam at the same time, or trying to at
Uh,
least. At least I
Out
thought they
now on
were.
PC Game Pass. Out May 25th on Switch and Xbox.
Cool. There you
Good old
go.
PlayStation.
Yeah, get no PlayStation release. Screw you. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up Blasphemous.
Oh, that game's really good.
So I don't know if you watch the Indie World Nintendo showcase they do, but I usually
Hmm.
watch them when they come out.
Uh huh.
And they announced Blasphemous 2,
Yep.
and I'd never heard of Blasphemous before.
Oh, okay, it's really
And
good.
then they announced Tesla Grad 2, and I'd never heard of that before. Well, both of the original ones are out on Switch, and um, Tesla Grad wasn't on sale, but Blasphemous was on sale for like $6. And I was like,
Yeah,
2 looks dope. Let me check it out. So I bought that.
it's a good
But
game. It's like a 2D side scrolling Dark Souls. Go
yeah,
ahead.
and I like side
Yeah,
scroller games.
yeah, me
But
too.
Advance Wars came out, so that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, the new one, the 1 and 2,
Yeah, the rebooted.
and then they had the Mega Man Legacy come out. That I want to play all 6 of those games, but maybe
Yeah, so I have that I'm sitting on. I'm playing Advance Wars and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Yeah,
the
Jedi
new
Survivor just came out.
the new Star Wars.
So I can wait on that because I got so much shit to play. But
Yeah,
like, dude, it's just nonstop. And then, you'll be happy. A friend of mine let me borrow Elden Ring, so I
nice,
have it in the
nice.
house. It's like it's next to the PlayStation.
You're like, it's almost time for me to try, but
It's
we'll
getting
give it a
closer.
yeah, slow and steady. Yeah, I love Elden Ring. One of my favorite games. Everybody knows I'm a huge Dark Souls and Bloodborne fan, and if you
Yeah,
want Bloodborne comics, they're out there. We talked to Cullen Bunn last week about it, so
we
you
did.
know we did. So that was pretty cool too that we chatted about that. Yeah, I think you'll like it. You just can't if you at Elden Ring. If you start off and you go one direction, you can't defeat the monster. Just try a different direction and find a monster you can defeat, and then just you know boost your stats.
I'm going to. So my buddy gave it to me. We played. Have you ever played Gloomhaven?
Yes, the board game, and I've
Yeah.
never played the board game, but I played the PC game.
Okay, we were playing the board game.
Yeah,
Um, Board game's awesome. It's
uh,
basically it's a board game that simulates D&D,
yep,
but like you don't need a DM. So
Okay.
it's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So we're playing that. We've been doing like campaigns with that, and he gave it to me. He's like, I finally finished it, and he's like, and Zelda comes out in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna be playing that. And we were up till like 2 a.m. playing this board game, so I didn't have time to play it
Yeah.
Saturday. So
Yeah.
next Saturday, I'm like this week, I'm going to install it, and then next Saturday, I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to play it for like a couple hours
Nice.
and just let everybody know, like, okay, this is what I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get into Gloomhaven. I thought the setup and stuff would have taken a long time, but if you liked it, I'll probably pick it up now.
It's a lot to learn. I'll warn you
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
once everybody learns what they're doing, gets in the groove of it, it's really fun.
Yeah, that was like I played the Dark Souls board game for about 7 hours, 8 hours when like Steve and I had my friend Steve and I had a like an afternoon off, and the setup and learning it took like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then playing it, I think we got through like the first mini boss, but once like you got into it, it was a lot of fun. It felt like you were playing the Dark Souls game.
Yeah, this is just there's so much to learn and how it operates and everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but yeah, like I said, once you get into the flow of it, and the only problem with it, and this isn't a problem for me because we have a good crew, but like a
Uh-huh.
lot of people are gonna have this problem, is it's one of those ones where like you make a character and then that's your character.
Right.
And so everybody, it's like D&D. Everybody has to show up every however often you want to play. Like
Oh,
we're
I
gonna do it
got
once
you.
a month, and
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And then like the scenarios are set up for your crew. So depending on how many people you have, it's like how you set it up.
Uh-huh.
So it's really hard to like just somebody not to show up, kind of like D&D, like
Right.
to not
Right.
show up for the next one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I got you. Cool.
but fun board game.
Awesome. I'll check it out. All right, everybody. We're gonna get to the comic news now.
Well,
Because why
I
not?
mean, we
Oh.
got a little time. Do you want to talk about this weird fucking Twisted Metal TV show?
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. I kind of already washed my brain of that. You showed it to me before we started recording. Yeah. So for speaking, that's why we got on the subject of video games. If anybody doesn't know, the game Twisted Metal was originally on what, PS1 or PS2?
Yeah, the first one's PS1. I believe a PS1 launch game.
Yeah. It was like you drive around, no story to it. You drive around like iconic places throughout the world and like get these ridiculous cars that are like themed, like an ice cream truck, a muscle car, and they all have special abilities and like rockets and machine guns, and you just try to blow each other up. It was the best game ever.
Yeah, they're fun games. And then
Yeah.
Twisted Metal Black
Oh, I forgot about that one.
was the PS2 one. And that's the first one that I mean, they had stories, but like
Yeah.
not really. It like so this makes me laugh. One of my favorite podcasters in video games, like he's a big Tekken fan, and he talks about
Uh-huh.
like Tekken lore.
Oh
I was like,
God.
and I'm like,
Dude.
be honest, dude. Like Tekken lore, like they didn't start putting Tekken
Yeah.
like stories into like 5 or 6. He's
Yeah,
like,
and
no, it
I'm
goes back
like,
to 1. Like, yeah,
I just
okay.
got the new one, and I've been skipping through the movies because I don't understand what the hell is going on.
Yeah, it's so
Why are
funny
robots fighting kung fu guys? No idea.
because reasons.
Yeah.
But Black Twisted Metal Black actually had a story and like what's
Hmm.
going on and why the tournament exists and all this. So they're like, there's lore they can pull from, but dude, this I posted a picture of the poster,
Yeah.
and I just tagged it with here's a picture of Anthony Mackie collecting a paycheck because that's
Yeah.
100% what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
so
Oh yeah.
goofy
Oh
looking.
yeah. It looks so bad. And then they're like, "Well, that one iconic car we brought back at the end of the trailer. You see the clown. I can't even
I mean,
remember his name.
Sweet Tooth is Twisted
Sweet
Metal
Tooth. Yeah, Sweet Tooth, who is the clown that drives the ice cream truck that I don't remember his special. Was it a tornado
It was
or something?
I think it was different each game, but the one I remember was the missile that was a clown head.
The missile that was clown head, yep. I used to play the guy that was like a black Trans Am that when you spun him around, he like spun around in a tornado was a special move.
See what I want. I hope they do all the little characters because from what I
Yeah.
hear, this is supposed to be kind of like an action comedy. So they're going in the right direction. Like I'm not trying to
Right.
make the most serious, like dark version of it.
I hope not.
what I hope is that we get a bunch of different, like the classic characters, because the characters were fun and neat. If they don't do Axel,
Oh yeah,
they are missing the
Axel.
fucking boat because Axel's the
Dude,
goofiest motherfucker in that
dude, I
game.
forgot Axel's the dude that's just like strapped to two wheels.
Yeah,
He's an Axel, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's so goofy, but it works in
Wow.
the video game. And if they don't find a way to make it work in that show as like a comedic line,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know why Anthony Mackie of all people's in it.
Yeah, that's weird too. I don't know.
Like Will Arnett's voicing Sweet Tooth. It's I don't know what's happening here, but I'm down for the ride at the very
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, we felt the need to share that with people.
If we had an interview today, I would not be talking about Twisted Metal with you all, but
No.
here we are. A
Here we are. Had to do it. It had to be done.
little
Okay,
behind the scenes.
now we can talk about comics a little bit.
Yeah. Some good comic news this week. I was pretty
Yeah.
happy.
Uh
Some bad too,
DC
but
Yeah, DC announced this week Blue Beetle will get a new limited series called Blue Beetle Graduation Day. Was that not the title before?
I don't think so. Was there another Blue Beetle? I don't follow Blue Beetle stuff, so
Yeah. I don't know if this is I can't remember what it was called. But there's definitely um another Blue Beetle comic. Maybe it was already Blue Beetle. There's
there's a
so
Blue
many.
Beetle graduation day.
I wonder, is it coming back, do you think?
Did I get punked?
He might have gotten punked. Anyways, well there is a comic called Blue Beetle Graduation Day. Um This is the period of his life as he graduates. Well, this is like the timeline that
No,
coincides with
no.
the movie.
This is okay. 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Goddamn pop-ups. Just as the Blue Beetle graduation day comic reaches conclusion, the limited series is about to embark on a new ongoing. Oh,
It's
that's
a
what I
new.
messed up on. It's just called Blue Beetle.
Oh, so
It's
he's
from
getting an
the same
ongoing.
creative team. It's turning into an ongoing.
Okay, so yeah, you still have Josh Trujillo on it with art by Adrian Gutierrez. That's cool. I mean, that's the way to do it, right? Start a limited series by Blue Beetle. If enough people liked it, then do a full. Maybe I'll check it out now that they're actually going to do an ongoing series with it.
Yeah, so this is all staying in because I'm going to admit to my fault here. So I read it wrong. It's launching in September as a part
Yep.
of Dawn. That's why I was pretty sure it was real because it's Dawn of DC.
Oh, okay.
Um, part of the Dawn of DC initiative. Whatever, I don't care. In this case, so the graduation day was him graduating high school. So that's what that limited series was.
Uh huh.
Um, this means he's off to college. So now he's in college,
Okay.
where he's embroiled in a storyline titled "The Scarab Wars."
Oh boy.
All right, but Ted Cord's on the cover, so
Dude, if there's more than one scarab, like a Beetleborg thing, hell yeah, I'm in.
if there's like different color scarabs, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be so mad at DC for doing the same thing again.
It's the same thing that they did with Shazam.
They did it with Jeff Johns did it with Green Lanterns, and it was cool. It was
Yeah,
fun. It was different. We liked
because
it.
it's a spectrum of color. Yes.
Then they decided, hey, let's do once again Jeff Johns. Let's do Aquaman: The Outsiders, where not only is Aquaman have the trident, but then there's a bunch of different items from
Oh yeah,
Atlantis that give you
yeah,
different powers.
yeah. Of course. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Here we go. It's been done before.
Although I will laugh if we get like a brown beetle.
A brown beetle, a dung beetle. Does he just like roll up shit and throw it at people?
But
That
that
would
makes
be
me
awesome.
think that people like that graduation day book.
Yeah, I should probably check it out. I guess now.
Yeah, because it's getting an ongoing and the same creative team, it must
I
have
didn't know
sold
Ted.
well.
I didn't know Ted Cord was involved in that Blue Beetle book, so maybe I should read it.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know if he is or not. I got the book wrong, but he's on the cover of this new one.
Yeah, he's on the cover, so he's got to be involved somehow.
This is. Are you looking at the cover?
No,
Oh, this is a Star Wars ass cover, man.
is it really?
Oh yeah, it's a
But
Star Wars
how
cover,
many people can you
100%.
fit? How many people can you fit on a
Well, there's the like the
Oh yeah,
Beetle
okay.
Borg machine. There's
Yeah, there's a
Ted.
but. Oh, there is a bunch of beetles on. There's a yellow one and a pink and a purple one.
Well, then I don't know why Starfire's there, but she's
Starfire.
there.
Yeah, I just see Starfire.
And then we got the evil beetle. That's
Evil
probably the
beetle.
black beetle.
The one in the middle, right? Is that
Yeah,
black?
that's
Yeah.
well, it's
That green?
the city skyline, so
Yeah.
it's definitely evil. I mean,
Yep.
and then this weird alien that's like oddly erotic for some reason. And then this couple over here that I'm sure people who are reading this book know who it is, but I don't know. Just a redhead, some dude that likes to work out.
Yeah.
It's an interesting cover, but it's definitely a Star Wars cover, man.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully
Interesting.
it's good.
Well, it's coming out. There you go. Ahoy Comics is in the news. That's the first for a while. Announced their newest series coming out this summer titled Con and On. Interesting. This series is said to be a satire of the comic book industry and the convention circuit. It'll be written by Paul Cornell with art by Marika Cresta. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Marika Vesta, by the way, was an artist for Dr. Afra.
Oh, cool.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think this book sounds awesome. Like
Yeah, it sounds
I'm
like a
down
lot
for
of fun.
industry inside shit. Like,
Hell yeah, let's go.
and yeah, the artwork look cool. I mean, Ahoy does good stuff. This might be one that I'll actually pull, like get issue by
Yeah.
issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
Um,
cool.
Nothing against Ahoy. I just normally trade weight their stuff.
Yeah, me too. This is one I still probably will buy as a trade. Archie Horror is thriving once again. An Archie comic announced another title to its lineup titled Archie Horror Camp Pickens. Oh boy. The series will feature different Archie characters in an anthology style series where they face different horror tropes like undead monsters, ghostly encounters, and rampaging murderers. Hey, I mean, there's a fan base out there for Archie. Uh, this sounds kind of fun, but I still probably won't be reading Archie.
There's a ton of people who love Archie horror. Have you ever tried Undead with Archie?
No, I have not.
I mean, it's a zombie book, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
one of the reasons it gets like pushed to me.
Yeah, right.
I've heard it's like legitimately good.
Oh
So
man, maybe I should
I don't
read
know.
it.
Every time I try an Archie thing, I think and this is not an issue with Undead with Archie, but one of the problems I always have is like they have these cool concepts to like remix Archie stuff, but they do it in a one shot instead of doing a series. Like that Mad Max
Yeah,
book I read.
right.
But Undead with Archie's like a 12 issue series, I think. So I don't know. I think this is gonna be a series, an anthology series. It sounds cool.
Yeah, it does.
It's not. I'm not really a horror guy, so it's not my thing.
Yeah, maybe I should check it out though. I do like horror stuff. IDW has hit some bad news last week. The company's stock plummeted down to and then below 43 cents a share. Oh boy. The company announced they're laying off 39% of the staff and restructuring as an attempt to fix errors from past few years and then grow. Yeah, 39% is quite a bit of staff. Uh, Something's wrong there. I mean, listen, we all hear from everybody comics aren't to make money. People aren't in the comic book industry to make money. Um, but IDW, it sounds like they're doing something wrong here. So,
IDW was losing money and borrowing left and right, and I think that's why IDW Originals is a thing, because now all these companies are learning if they don't have original IP, they can't
yeah.
survive.
Yeah,
Like
right.
having the turtles and all that stuff is nice, but when you're not getting the benefit from like the mass media of it, like it's really just something that keeps your company afloat. It doesn't rocket it to the moon.
Right.
So that's been IDW's problem. That's why I think that, that's why we got originals. So I'll say this as I guess I should put this ahead of time as a stockholder of IDW. It hit its lowest at 23 cents when this news hit. It is now sitting at $42.49.
Wow. I wonder if this is a good time to buy IDW stock.
I thought a good time was when it was at 82 cents, Mike, but apparently
Oh
I was
boy.
wrong.
Yeah. Can always go lower, right? Can always go lower. Oh geez.
Not that I lost a ton of money, but it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's the big thing here though. I mean, stockholders aside, because let's be fair, like I don't have a ton of money in stocks, everybody, so it's not like I make or break whether they could go up to fucking $100 and I'll be like living large for a few months, but that's about it. The big thing here is people lost their jobs, which really sucks.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of turnover in the industry now, and there's people without jobs, editors, PR people, so on and so forth. So that really sucks because I like IDW. I like the originals line's really cool. Uh, a lot of the books they put out are fun. I mean, they just announced that Stranger Things crossover that we're
Yeah,
both
that
really
sounded
excited
really fun.
for.
Yeah.
So I hope that they make it out because if nothing else, they're doing cool stuff that nobody else is doing. Like nobody's doing a Stranger Things TMNT crossover,
Right. Yeah.
and I don't think anybody else would.
Yeah, right. They don't have the IPs like they do to
Well,
do that.
even when they do, so back when DC was like, my favorite recent DC was what, like 5-6 years ago when they did like the Hanna-Barbera books and
Yeah.
they crossed over with IDW and did Planet of the Apes Green Lantern and I think it was Star Trek Green Lantern as well. And like, but that was all helmed by IDW doing it. And that's the stuff that like IDW does. They reach out to other companies to cross over and do fun stuff, and then they get to do it. Where fucking DC isn't gonna reach out, be like, "Hey, we should cross over these two." They don't care, and
Yeah.
Marvel too. I'm not gonna just shit on DC, but Marvel wouldn't do that stuff either. So for them to go out and do that, that's why I really like IDW, and I want them to thrive. So it sucks, but at the end of the day, the big thing is here: people lost their jobs, and I feel bad for them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Um, did you read anything this week? Because I did not.
Yeah, Mike did not. He
Yeah,
was lazy and did nothing this week.
I did
Nothing
absolute
happened.
nothing happened. Nothing at all. I'm absolutely lazy piece of shit.
No, I don't think Mike wants to talk about it publicly, but he had a big event happen this week, and that's why he
Yeah,
didn't read any books,
big life
everybody.
changing events going on. So,
I'm sure you'll all know soon enough.
yep.
So yeah, let's see. Let's start with. So I don't talk about this every month because it's not a ton in it, but it's been a fun anthology. The Image anthology
Oh
just
yeah.
wrapped up. There's a science dog story in this. So
Oh, cool.
fellow Kirkman fans, science
Yeah.
dog.
Science dog. There you go. That's awesome.
I like science dog. He's fun.
Yeah.
Some Kickstarter books I got this week. Two authors I don't talk about a lot enough on the show. I'm trying to do a better job of reading my Kickstarter books on time to like talk about them on the show. But, like I got books from like a year ago from Kickstarter I haven't read, and I feel
Oh
bad.
shit.
But Frank Martin, who's someone I really like on Kickstarter, both of these guys I'm going to talk about do really simple campaigns, not a whole lot of frill and thrill, cheap, and they get their books out fast. So both get like huge kudos for them. But Frank Martin's one, and I'm trying to talk to both these guys to get them on the show because I really do love their stuff. But this is Camp 818.
Okay.
So Frank's stuff, when he does it, he does either one shot or like 2-issue series. He does some really like small bite-sized books, which is great. This one is a really interesting book because it's basically all about the anxieties of being a comic book writer.
Oh,
So
okay.
he rents out this a fictional character named Frank, rents out a cabin to go write his comic script.
Interesting.
And then like all the cabin's haunted, but it's like haunted with everything that would hold you back as a writer. So like a mob of people comes and like tells him he sucks at writing, and a demon appears and says you're ripping people off, like all this kind of cool stuff. It's a quick read, but it's a lot of fun, and I liked how he like introduce the different things that like any creative person thinks about when they're
Yeah.
creating.
Right.
So yeah, Frank White's book, I love his stuff.
That's awesome.
I'm forgetting Garvey's first name. Oh, Garvey, you fucked up. You didn't put your name on the front. I think it's Mark Garvey. Matt Garvey. Matt
Oh,
Garvey,
Matt
a dude
Garvey.
over
Okay.
at he's in the UK, so he's been a tough one to talk to, but this is a big fuck off worms.
What the hell? That's crazy.
I think you would love this book, Mike, because it's
Yeah.
like a sci-fi post-apocalyptic thing
Okay.
where
That sounds awesome.
basically something happened. Like they send a bunch of worms up to the space station
Why
outside.
worms?
So this is actually I looked it up because he puts in here this whole backstory about why they sent worms up to the interstellar space station.
Okay.
I think that's the wrong word for it, but
I guess I never knew that was a thing.
international space station. Jesus.
Okay. Yep.
And they're actually doing it because they sent them up there and kept them up there to observe how zero gravity affects muscle,
Interesting.
like atrophy and all that stuff. I looked it up. That's a real thing. They actually did that.
Oh, okay.
But in the story, the space station's hit and then plummeted down to Earth, which then, because reasons, interacts with radiation and creates these giant like dune like worms. So like,
Oh my god. Awesome.
and
That's
then
awesome.
everybody on Earth is turned into some sort of like anthropomorphized human. So like there's chicken people and like cow people and so on and so forth. Except for our hero who was in a radiation suit when it all happened, because once again, just reasons, don't ask questions. And his whole thing is that he needs to kill all these worms because they give off radiation. And if they all go away, then he can take the suit off and then like humanity can go back. But it's all played as like very like campy, fun action. And then we learn that there's a sinister dude in the background is controlling the worms and is trying to like destroy humanity and all blah blah blah. It's a
That's
lot of
awesome.
fun. I really recommend Garvey's stuff. I mean, once again, he's dude's in the UK, and I usually get the books within a month of the campaign ending.
That's cool.
So love his stuff. Now on to the real I mean the mass market comics.
The real comics. Oh, come on.
I love you people. I'm just having fun today. Action Comics 1054. So big showdown between Soups and Metallo. Long story short, we find out who's been controlling Metallo and convincing him that like Superman's out to get him. And that somebody, Mike, is Cyborg Superman.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I was really happy about that one.
That's cool.
The second story was the past story with John Kent as a kid. And it was really good. There was a good twist on there about the princess he'd been hanging out with. He finds out that like she's not so innocent and all that stuff. And meanwhile, Soups is trying to like find his kid while Doombreaker attacks him. So he's trying to fight off two issues at once. And then the last story was okay, but it's a Steel story that takes place before, was it Superman or Action Comics? It was Action Comics. So the quote unquote first issue of this Action Comics run, where the Steel building got attacked. This takes place right before, and it's Steel kind of dealing with all the politics of owning this big corporation and why somebody would attack them and all that stuff. So it was an interesting story, but not a huge Steel guy.
Yeah.
Thor 33 was Thor versus Doom, which is a really cool story.
Okay.
Doom, he actually finds out that like not only is Doom have Hela imprisoned, but he's been using her powers to control his people. And Doom tries to thwart Thor by making his people run off the ledge of a building like lemmings. And yeah, he doesn't win, obviously.
That's
Captain
amazing.
America, Symbol of Truth, number 12, or Cold War Part 2. Literally takes place right after the Cold War issue. Cap and Falcon are having a conversation about like Sam's basically like, listen, Steve, Bucky's too far gone. Like, we can't save him this time. We have to do something about it. And then they decide to just put their differences aside, the argument, and they just need to help this town and take care of the Dimension Z creatures. And that's when they find out that like all the townspeople have been living in this abandoned mine shaft. So they decide they have to help them. And then kind of the side story is that Ian, Steve Rogers' kid from Dimension Z, who is also Nomad, is imprisoned by Bucky right now. And they have a whole conversation about, why Bucky's doing what he's doing, all that. It's basically the evil villain monologue, just cut into a scene. And that's when Black Widow shows up, and
Oh
she gets
no.
the jump on Bucky. That's how the book ends. Vanish number 6 was really great. It was basically Vanish runs into his wife, and they have a whole conversation. I don't want to give too much away of this one because, like, I feel like Donnie writes himself a lot. And it's one of the things I love about Donnie is he kind of reminds me of like a comic book version of Kevin Smith where he writes about his own life. And I could tell in these pages this is what he was going through um, when he kind of took his hiatus from comics. But there's a badass moment where Vanish and his wife have like a fight, and we find out like how powerful the wife is, and that it wasn't Vanish trying to protect her; it was actually the other way around. And then we get a new villain who shows up that's supposed to kill him, and she's pretty badass looking. It looks like something out of like Spawn with these like
Oh, that's
machine gun
cool.
tentacles and shit. So
That's awesome.
yeah, really good issue. Guardians of the Galaxy, Bane of Blastaar, number 1. This is a one shot that was written by the Karate Kid.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go too much detail. This they fight Blastaar, like whatever. It was pretty good, but I think my one complaint about it is it's written very 1970s comic like, where like guys will do something then explain what they just did out loud.
Yeah, explaining it while they're doing it. I hate that.
Yeah. So I'm glad it was just a one shot because I would have dropped it real fast.
Yeah, that's like my biggest pet peeve about the old school comics is like you literally just saw a picture of what they're doing. You don't need to explain it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Ralph Macchio wrote it, so that's
yeah, that's
something.
true. That's cool.
Blue Book number 3 was good. It just continues that whole arc of the woman and her husband trying to figure out whether they actually saw aliens or not. And we ended up finding out like they went and saw a therapist, and then they found somebody who could do hypnosis, and he was going to solve all their issues and all this. It's a fun book if you're into like alien conspiracies and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the last book I have is, and this is even all the books I bought this week, Mike. The last book I have is Star Wars Darth Vader, Black, White, and Red. Uh, 3 really cool stories. Jason Aaron does one, Peach Momoka does one, and then Torin Grumbeck does one. I think I pronounced her name right. She's the one doing Thor right now.
Nice.
Um, and the Torin story is drawn by Klaus Jensen. So
Oh, that's really cool.
yeah,
Great artist.
really cool one shot stories. I mean, Jason's. It feels like Jason's is going to be done throughout the series because the way it ends, you can definitely tell there's going to be a to be continued. The rest of them, the Peach Momoka stuff, that was the first real Momoka interiors I've ever read,
Okay.
and it was fucking weird. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
it's
I think
really
that's kind of
good.
how her stuff is.
Yeah, it's really good art, but I don't fully understand what I read.
Yeah.
Like this page here, like what is that, Mike? Explain to me what that means.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
It's fucking amazing art, but
Yeah, the art's really good.
I can see the appeal why people like her so much. But it was interesting. And yeah, I thought it was a really good kind of anthology book as well. A lot of anthology books this week.
Yeah, that's all right. I like those
Um,
too.
yeah, so good stuff. If you're a big Star Wars fan, pick it up.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Mike, that was everything I read this week. Where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me at Fortress Ricker on Twitter. Where can they find you and or the show?
You can find me at Fortress Chris on Twitter and most social media at that. And you can find the show at Fortress Comics _ on Twitter, also on other social medias. We have an Instagram. I never talk about Instagram.
Oh yeah, there's an
Fortress
Instagram.
Comics _ It's probably because I don't post on there much. I'm trying to get better at it, everybody. If you want to help the show out, the best way to do it is to either like, subscribe, share, comment down below on the YouTube version, or give us a 5-star review on the podcast of your choice for the audio version, whether you use iTunes or whatever. Just reviews. They help out so much.
Yes, they do.
And if you want to go to extra mile at patreon.com/Fortress Comics. Thank you all so much for watching and listening this week, and we'll see you all here next week.